need to find a way to reclaim the Horde-occupied fortress for the rebellion.
Gonna level with everyone. I thought this opening with the best friends squad invading this fort was real, even when Bo got shot off the cliff, because I just assumed Bo would save himself, or, Glimmer will use her please nerf teleportation to save him. In fact, in this war game, why didn't Glimmer think to teleport after Bo and save him?
That clearly isn't going to work. Let's try this again.
The A-plot for this episode is Adora is trying to come up with a good plan for retaking this fort, because it guards an important pass through the region.
That turret came out of nowhere!
That's because you failed to make a successful observation check.
What? Observation check? What is this, a D&D session?
Look, our plans always fall apart. Always!
I mean, yeah, show me an instance where things didn't go to pot and they had to improvise everything and receive a lot of luck just to persevere. And it really does make sense for Adora, of all people, to be the one to try and address this fact to an almost psychotic degree this episode.
This pass is important. It's obviously going to be guarded by their very best and brightest.
Oh yes, we have Scorpia being the most adorable she can be this episode.
Catra left me in charge. Me! Can you believe it?
No, I really can't.
Oi, don't you dare speak ill of our cute and lovable Scorpion gal. She's too precious for all of you.
Scorpia, you're in charge of the fortress. Even you can't mess this up, she said.
I'm putting a reckless tally here because for Catra to insinuate that Scorpia is only barely up to the task only shows a sheer lack of trust and the kitty cat's inability to, uncover nor gauge Scorpia's or anyone else's strengths. If Catra really didn't think Scorpia was completely up to this task, why not send someone more suited? Unless there were no files on other force captains. But even if there wasn't, Catra didn't make an attempt to look over the people under her command now? Or did she seriously not find the time to do that in the month or so she's been in charge?
She's thinking about me. Should I get her a thank you gift? What's her favorite color?
I just can't help but smile every time Scorpia's on screen. No matter what she does, she always holds this air of adorable innocence. Like how she describes what she wants her thank you gift to really mean.
But also, we are soulmates tied together by the beautiful threads of fate.
Scorpia's just dead set on seeing Catra as her bestie for life, because Scorpia is just that much of an outwardly friendly person. And I love the juxtaposition of her being this super tough person. Like, she cracks stone by barely whacking it with the upsides of her pincers, yet is extremely kind-hearted to those she likes.
Aren't you the cutest little fella?
Back with Adora, the gang's plans keep getting more and more ridiculous as the princesses interject themselves into the planning session.
Wait a minute, aren't you supposed to be on watch?
Oh look, the fortress is still there. Watch complete.
And it's fun to watch this whole thing descend from actually planning an assault to just making stuff up like, it's a homebrew D&D session where it has a GM that's incapable of enforcing any rules. But I really wanted to talk about Adora being frustrated that no one is taking this planning as seriously as she is.
Perfuma, we're not just making up whatever we want.
Her frustrations and constant pessimism about the outcomes is due to something that's been brewing within her all this time, but hasn't been fully addressed by anyone. Adora, as you know by now, has been blaming herself for every little bad thing to occur to anyone. In Adora's eyes, or at least in the eyes of the hero complex she has developed from the power of She-ra, Adora should have the strength to just fix everything and solve all the problems. That's why she's here, to help people. However, she has constantly come across situations where she's been unable to do just that. And regardless of things ultimately ending well, Adora sees that as completely unacceptable regardless.
And we're not gonna leave until we have a perfect plan.
All that's bubbled up to the surface here as Adora tries to create a plan that won't immediately fall apart like always, and could get someone hurt.
I teleport in.
And run out of teleports.
My plant goes.
The Horde will set it on fire.
Yet the only thing she ends up doing is just describing the ways things could go wrong.
Frostbite smashes the wall.
The ice armor cracks as soon as you hit stone.
She's being so pessimistic because, clearly no one is taking this as seriously as she is, nor recognizes that their plans just falling apart isn't a good thing, even if they are great at improvising. Being good at that certainly didn't help Entrapta from being left behind. Yet there is also this undercurrent of Adora feeling inadequate for her quote-unquote failures, even with all their skills, powers, and responsibility to bring balance to the world as her destiny supposedly said that she would. It's something rolling around her head for a while, and first came out while the Horde was marching up Bright Moon back in Season 1. Adora expressed that everything is her fault for being there, for not being good enough, for failing to live up to the expectations of a hero people have for her. And here, she goes out of her way to describe an entire scenario where they're all defeated and lose the war, and the last thing she says is,
If this plan isn't perfect, if I'm not perfect, everyone will...
And back before the Battle of Bright Moon, when Adora was criticizing herself, Bow and Glimmer did hug and comfort her, which is good. They should have provided emotional support in that troubling moment. But neither of them actually address the root of the problem Adora has, and it's her self-deprecation.
I was captured by Shadow Weaver, taken to the Fright Zone, and lost my powers.
And right here is the moment where someone, Glimmer, actually addresses Adora's self-bludgeoning attitude, pointing out just how bad things were when she was taking capture of the Horde before flipping that negativity on its head.
We escaped. I fought without my powers, and we won.
And yeah, things definitely fell apart when they went to rescue Glimmer and Bow, and Glimmer was in a bad shape even after, but she doesn't hold the experience against Adora, nor does she let it take her down.
Bad things are going to happen. You can let it paralyze you, or you can roll with it.
Roll with it. Did you get it? It's like the title of the episode. And after Glimmer says that, she adds,
Figure out the things you can. Trust that your friends have your back for the rest.
with everyone else chipping in the support, which helps Adora push past those negative views of her own skills and be more accepting about things just not being perfect and to not hold herself to such high standards. And yeah, being a perfectionist is never a good thing to have in any situation because it's an unrealistic viewpoint, one that only serves to bring you down. After that, they attack the fort using parts of everyone's ridiculous plan, just with a bit more practicality mixed in. And they hit the fortress with a few snags, but overall it's fine. And
Catra's not here, but I'm happy to take you down for her.
I find that Adora squaring off against Scorpia, and yet the latter is holding her own in a direct fight, interesting because we've seen numerous feats of strength from Adora in her She-ra form, and yet Scorpia can just ram right into her, tank blows, and toss her around with little visible effort. Catra knew better than to try to take on She-ra head-on in a direct fight, hence why she's always hopping about like an acrobat so she doesn't get her spine pummeled. But Scorpia? She just bolts in and easily starts fighting She-ra as if it's no big deal. And when Glimmer tries sneak attacking her from behind, Scorpia easily disarms her and attempts to dangle her off the walkway they're on.
Catra, trust.
Then Glimmer starts hitting her in the face, and she acts more mildly annoyed by this, more concerned about the sense behind trying to provoke the person currently dangling you off an edge. Scorpia is wickedly strong, and also nice, and can be gentle when she wants to. Like, nobody in this show right now deserves to have Scorpia. Not someone like her, just Scorpia.
Catra!
I mean, look at this. It takes the combined effort of all the princesses just to knock her off the fort, where they did so effortlessly with everyone else.
All in favor of blaming this on Kyle?
Oh yeah. Yep.
I enjoyed this episode because it finally had someone addressing Adora's hero complex in a good way, and giving her advice and realizing that, hey, shit happens. Don't think everything is your fault, and relying on others to assist you in dangerous situations is okay. Plus, we get to see Scorpia getting adorable and get a good look at how much of a beast she can really be if she wants to. So that was episode 4 for season 2 of Overanalyzing She-ra. If you like this video and want to see more, hit that thumbs up and the subscribe button and bell to get notifications about the next episode. I'll try to update this series every Thursday, so please share with other fans, and also check out my channel for my video essays, music analysis, and complex character series. You might find them enjoyable as well.